Yeah, this is pretty nifty. Hey, what's up, guys? Jarek here, just chilling, just hanging out, doing some coding for a little bit. Uh, just wanted to jump in here and just say what's up. If you're joining, feel free to let me know where you're from. If you're working on any cool projects, feel free to share it in the chat. Yeah, so this is how I'm streaming this to. I'm streaming it to X. I'm streaming it to Twitch, and then I'm streaming it to YouTube as well. And this is pretty cool. I'll actually close the folder, but I got my own Nginx server that's just pushing the streams up. So here, this is deployed to fly.io, and if this environment variable exists, we're just forwarding the stream. And then in OBS, I'm just setting my stream key and my stream URL to my server, and then Nginx is doing all the hard work of forwarding the stream up to all of these platforms. So yeah, that's how that works. But yeah, so I'm working on, I wonder, how can I view comments? It'd be really cool to have an app that like merges all the comments from all the platforms and show them all up in one feed. If you guys are joining, let me know if this stream is like spotty or feels unstable at all, being that I'm like forwarding it up through my server without really like testing anything. But as long as it's getting to the platforms, the platform should handle the delivery to, the end user relatively quick. But yeah, I got pretty fast internet too. I'm not wired in, I'm just connected through Wi-Fi. So here, edit and live cut. Nope, that's not what I want. Let me know if this stream is like, okay, well, here's X chat here. So I've been working on this it's a Firebase database explorer for my AI coding app. And you could just view data here. All of this is test data, so I'm not worried about you guys seeing anything that you're not supposed to see. But what I want to do is I want to add a back button right here, and then I want some like sample code snippets. So it's like just to help people like, hey, here's your database, and then here's options for you to like grab some code to query the database, hook it up. So yeah, let's see here. All right. Code button, but only show it if not viewing the back button. Alright, let's test it out. Back. Sweet, it's working. Pretty fancy. Now, so when I press this code button, what I want to pop up is a, should I do a dialogue or should I do a sidebar? I think I just want like a sidebar just to yoink, pop up, and just show the code snippet. Please use keyframes frequency of 4 seconds or less. Current keyframes are not being sent off. Is anybody having issues with the stream? Like, everything looks healthy in OBS, but that's okay. So here, variant. I was trying to do the same thing I'm doing. That's fine. I can fix it. You can stop, bro. There we go. There's our back button. So I'm going to create a component inside this file. Oh, look at that. AI knows what is happening. Oh, let's look at this. Yeah, this is kind of what I want. I love this library. Beautiful, beautiful drawers. Drawers. So let's see here. I wonder if there's an example of a sidebar that I can copy. You know what? I know I got a sidebar up in here that I can grab the code from. We're going to do it just like this. Copy that. Drawer content, drawer portal. I'm going to have AI just fix this for me. I don't feel like thinking today, I guess. Well, our model is popping up, but I'm not seeing anything, perhaps because maybe there's no content inside of it. Man, I am so out of it. That don't look right. Let me guess. Title. Yep. Alright, there's our drawer popping up. But we want it to pop up from the right. We want it to be on the right side. It's animating the wrong way. want it like this drawer, but just on this, and it's weird. Yeah, something's oh, there has to be a prop direction. Here we go. That's what I was looking for. Code. Perfect. So there's our drawer hookup. Now, let's just have AI based on the user's current viewing collection. Show a Firebase client JS snippet for real time. Let's do snippet for on snapshot. On snapshot. Okay. And get docs. I want you to put it in Hero UI tabs to toggle get docs and on snapshot. Also, I'm gonna have AI go ham right here. Let's hope it does its job. Also, a tab for the admin SDK. I also want you to be able to view code for the single document and return a single item and a code snippet for a single item by its ID. And see what it does. That's quite the prompt. Kind of specific. That looks okay so far. I really could do all this on my own if I wanted to, but and it's weird with like AI. I spend like with stuff like this, I can kind of let AI just like do its thing, and then I of course read the code and at least get like an 80% understanding of the code. And the reason why I personally just like to kind of have an idea of what's going on in the case where if something breaks, like I don't have to like study the whole entire code to just like make sense of it to correct one small thing. Yeah, that's probably similar to what I would do. Fetch docs and my live chats are so dead, guys. So dead. Alright. Oh, wow, this is cool. It's even doing like hooking up the order direction based on the order direction options in the Database Explorer. This if this goes well, this like feature is just gonna be like so sweet. Now it's more for like actual developers and stuff, but you could use it and then paste in the code to AI, and then AI can generate the code with like the target file for you. So we'll see what this turns out as. So here, let's see if it does anything. No. Navigate to a collection to see code snippet. So I'm actually in a collection and it's just bugging out right now, which is fine. AI is not done. Man, I can't wait to ship this. This is gonna be sweet. A lot of work though, a lot of like refining, a lot of like polishing up your application to get something ready for production. And yeah, I mean, what's crazy is like I can launch without this feature. I don't even need it, but I personally like this as a feature that I would want. Me being a developer, me using Firebase, I would want a feature like this just built inside of my editor for me to kind of like find documents, not have to go to Firebase, for me to find it faster. So yeah, I hope that this turns out pretty well and we'll play with it. And yeah, this is a feature I'd want. And this database that we're looking at, this is actually the database of the Firebase database that powers the app that we're building. So it's like a little like, it's definitely like an inception. Yeah, so if I looked at projects, this is a project that we're viewing. In the editor, here's our project title, all sorts of good stuff. So code, I want to see the code snippet. So navigate to a collection to see the code snippet. I'm in a collection, it's not working. Yeah, something's wrong. Code model, this is some prop drilling going on, but it's okay. Let's see if it said the issue. I understand you want to see the code snippet when you're viewing any collection, not when just navigating to sub-collections. Let me navigate to a collection, whatever. I want you to work. Let me try refreshing. Just in case like live reload didn't work. Nope. I was actually thinking, so in this like editor, I could have the editor and browser, and then there'd be like another tab group somewhere within the app, and it would be like backend, and then it would change the tabs from editor to browser to like database and users, perhaps. So all right, so here is where my skills must come into play. I'm gonna let it finish. Okay, cool, it worked. Sweet. I want to make this wider. So here's my drawer width. Let's increase it by 200 pixels. Alright, I need a copy button. One thing that I did notice that is a little challenging is like you'll have AI build something for you. And being that like a developer didn't develop like the styles from the ground up, when you go in and then like need to change the styles, it's like a little difficult than building it like one step at a time and then style how you want it to, because then when you come back and do the changes, it's like you got to go through like all the styles and if a parent's in a flex or something, and it's just like it's just a lot to sort of like fumble through versus just building it from the startup. Okay, so grab the collection in here. then I want a toast import. I'm trying to do something and AI is trying to do something too, and it's just not fun. Let's just paste this code, see what it did. Cool. So here, I want to change this a little bit. I don't like this flex line items. That's probably happening in here right now. I want it to always be at the top. Flex call. Yeah, what? Here we go. You know what would also be cool? Is if I could have AI, like another toggle, like create a form for this data set, create a table for this data set, and I could like power it with like some examples that I previously did to get like close to production ready UIs for managing your data. So yeah, we got our Database Explorer code. So this is a collection, and then if I view this doc for the code, I would almost want like a snapshot listener of this current document, and it's probably not doing that currently. Yeah, no. You know what I want to do is I want to send some examples to this of code and some real projects. But first, I need a way. I need a way to determine, you know what, so this is always collections. So if it's odd, it's listing collections. If it's even, there could be a document in that collection, and then there's also sub collections. That's just the way Firestore works. So like here, if I went to teams, view this team, we have some sub collections. You know what? In our dialogue here, let's do this pre. Let's see here. Type is a sub collection. But I need a way in the data available pass collection. I want to get the current path. I should be able to do this with breadcrumbs, the breadcrumbs. Bread. Alright, let's inspect the breadcrumbs. Home path, okay. Pending yaps. Okay. Let's go back to teams. Yep, this is my path that I'm looking for. Now this should be perfect. So that's my path. Alright, perfect. So the breadcrumb item, is it not having a path on that type? Is TypeScript happy? It looks happy. Alright. I don't there's a way for me to like highlight this, and I forgot how. Right here, this prop. So if I were to apply this prop to our content, let's apply it right here. I think I should. So it disables the drag, but why can't I highlight the code? Is it like behind the overlay or something? Copy works.
Battery's dead. The Tesla Powerwalls was the only system that I could buy that would back up my whole house.
We've had outages during
Oh, that worked. Cool.
snowstorms. We had one hurricane went through and the power line went down.
Drag the generator outside. Half the time it's raining or flashlight, so you gotta navigate it through the dark, getting plugged in.
I think my like audio broke. I think my like audio broke. Alright, so we got our code snippet working. Still need to audit it to do some testing, and as like I go through the process of building an application with this application, I should definitely gain some valuable insights. And yeah, so I think I want this, like, getting the data is great. And I want this to be different. So this is confusing. This is definitely a mind bender. So if there is sub collections, I need to know if for the code snippet, I need to know if we're going to return a single document, and we will return a single document if the path, so this path, so let's make a note of this just so we can mentally map this out. If path is even, we can get a single document. Get a single document. Okay. Single document. If the path is odd, we can query and list documents. So this is just a mental model of this. This is gonna be our like source of truth right here. And based on what we know there, we'll determine the code snippets that we pop up here. All right. So here, documents and teams usage. So this is odd. So how do I do this? But then for me to calculate if it's a collection or not. What if I counted the slashes? So if there's only one slash, let's make a note of this too. If path only has one slash, we return single document. And then here, please load. Thank you for loading. If contains two slashes, what we can do, we can query the list. Now, to make this, so now And now we're going to do if path slash count is odd. So if path, let's start with even. If even, we query multiple. Documents. If odd, so if odd, so I'm doing it based on this slash count here that's generated by my breadcrumb path. That will tell me if I'm querying a collection of documents or if I just need to return a single document. Alright, so if it's even, so let's go back to teams here. Yep, so if it's okay, I think we got this figured out. But I wish there was an easier way. See, this is where if I built all this from the ground up, it would help me out. Collection teams. Yeah, so if I built this from the ground up, like me navigating this collections and some collections would be a lot easier.
Every day, our world gets a little more connected.
And then another way
Further apart.
is,
But then there are moments
I wish Firestore, I wonder if there's an easy way that I could write code that essentially detects the path, and it detects if there's a Firebase ID, and then in my code that gets generated, instead of having it be hard coded, I could like insert a variable there. Alright, so type document, type collections, alright, man, this is a lot to figure out. So home teams, type is documents. That's weird. I don't know why it's saying type is documents. It should be a collection. Let's do this here. Gonna do data type here. No, let's move it down. Actually, let's just move it up. Just for testing. So here, collections, document, sub-collections. Let's go to our API that's returning this. Alright, our API was right. I see what's going on. Alright, so completely got lost of what I was even trying to figure out. Alright, so if data, this code button is not equal to collections, we're going to show it. Alright, invites. You know what? This code button could actually be a dedicated code button for queries. Only like querying multiple documents. And then here, when I drop this down, or like under the documents, I could have another code button that would then show how to query single documents. Maybe that's the best approach. So let's go back into our code dialog. And then we're going to create a function. Let's actually create a use memo. And I'm going to do this. This is going to be is document. See, this is kind of what I wanted. I actually wanted that. Yeah, that's what I wanted. So then here, and then in our code, let's do this. Question mark. And we're going to do show single document query. So here, invites show multiple documents query, and then if I view this one, get single document. Okay, I think that makes sense. Exactly. Okay, I think we got this mapped out. Now next I need a more scalable way to generate these code snippets. And yeah, so let's create a folder. I don't know what this is going to look like just yet. Create a folder called snippets. I'm going to create another folder called Firebase. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I may have snippets for other providers in the future, and then likely this then would get moved up to an API, so we're not downloading this code. Firebase. New file, fire. Alright, so Yeah, this is just completely unmanageable. And I don't like this part 0. I don't like that at all. I want to compare my current path with breadcrumb. Alright, so current path is the same as breadcrumb, so that's good. So I don't have to do this wonky breadcrumbs dot length thing. Cool. This is looking good. And we just got to kind of go through the audit process and figure this all out. Actual collection, string, parent dog. Alright. You know what would also be really cool is if I could actually run this code somehow in the browser. So you know what? Let's do this up. Let's rename this. And I'm gonna create this single Okay. So now what I'm gonna do, I think I actually need it to be like a TXT file or something. Oops. I see. Okay. Single doc. This is so hard to read. Make sure nothing broke. I'm gonna move this up. Because then this needs to be a function. Hey guys, sorry, just now seeing these comments. Yeah, so this is a Next.js project. So what I'm building is, let me just remove this stuff that I'm breaking. So it's like an AI code editor that's like Bolt. So so it's an AI code editor like Bolt, where you can prompt build out applications. You can view all the code. You can, this is like if you have a Firestore integration, where I'm working on the Database Explorer. People can view the database, generate code snippets for it, view the Firebase users, if there's an integration, project settings to customize it, restart the server, all sorts of stuff, and then yeah, custom instructions. So it's similar to Bolt and Lovable, but hopefully once it's all put together and packaged up and shipped, it's going to be better than Bolt and Lovable. We'll see though. It's definitely hard being a solo indie developer trying to build something great. There's just not enough hours in the day, and it's definitely a lot of work. But yeah, I'll be jumping on, kind of sharing the progress of this as time goes on. Oh, I'll probably be back on later tonight. We'll see how it goes. I actually work best at like 3 o'clock in the morning, which is crazy. But I'm super tired, but I do get a lot of stuff done in that time frame. But yeah, playing around a little bit. I want users to just be really good at building a SaaS app. And I built a lot of SaaS apps. I mean, I'm on like failed startup number 7 right now. So I plan on like consolidating everything that I've learned and packaging it up into like a starter kit, and then specifically train the AI model and the system prompts with the starter kit and all like the multi-tenancy, the team collaboration, the permissions, all that. Like I want to train it on everything that I've learned and package it up into like an AI super kit. That's like the end goal. That's why I built this. Like, yeah, it works. Sure, I'll make a website for you, but I want it to do more than that. I want it to do much more than that too. And as you can see here, like here, if we went to a Next.js project, we see an API pop up. And that could be like, create dummy routes to create to-dos, ignore database hookup for now. And then the system should be smart enough where then we begin seeing our API routes pop up. Boom. So here's our to-do route. We can post to it. We can get to it. If I post it, I could create this button. It's going to automatically generate a sample post body for us. And we could test our endpoints right here inside of an app faster than ever before. And yeah, so this is a goal. It's a crazy goal, but I'm on a mission and I won't stop. Alright guys, I'm going to jump off. Thank you guys all for checking out, leaving a comment. Appreciate you guys so much, and I'll talk to all of you guys later.